So, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Excuse my thirstiness. Glad to be here with y'all. As you come in the door, please make sure that you hit that like button when you walk in. We're about to get it on. We're going to try to go deep. Hit the like button as you come in, y'all, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have subscribed to the channel, do what the homies Jovan D and Scumbag and Kenneth Young, y'all do what a lot of my subscribers do. Keep your notifications on. Keep your notifications on. So when I post a video, y'all will be notified and y'all to know to come into the building. I see y'all coming in. Hit that like button as you come in. Wipe your feet on the rug. And we'll get into this topic. And if we got a little time, we will go into some open topic stuff as well if we got a little time. Before I get going, I got a new album out, so I got to always start with a commercial. Got to start with a commercial for the new album. If you don't have this album yet, physical copy, you want the physical copy, but you can still read the credits and all that, go to southparkcoalition.net and grab the album, A Blessing and a Burden. If you want to get it on the digital platforms, you can do that as well too. Just go to any of them and it should be up there. Hold on a second, I got to cut something off real quick. Yeah, but if you want to get the digital version, go to all the digital platforms and you can get the album there as well. But the brand new album is out, and I want to again show love to everybody who already have supported the album, man, and all the positive feedback that I've been getting. But tonight, we got a topic to discuss, and that topic is misguided energy. Energy that is channeled in the wrong direction and used in the wrong way. As we have learned, many of us have learned that energy is neither created nor destroyed. It just changes forms. It just goes. It can be used in different conduits. But the energy itself is neither good nor evil. It can just be used in a way that can be beneficial or in a way that can be detrimental. And we want to try to figure out the best ways for us to properly channel our energy. Continue to hit the like button as y'all come in, y'all. I know it's sometimes you forget, you just come right into the chat. We're talking about misguided energy. And what you got to understand is that energy is not always misguided by the person who contains the energy, even though that's pretty much the obvious way that we think about it. We can use our energy in the wrong way, but other people can misguide your energy too, and that's something I don't think people really discuss or talk about. We do it to our own children sometimes, and we let this system, these so-called powers that be, trick and manipulate us and deceive us into doing that very thing to our own children. What am I talking about? You got a young, energetic son or daughter. They running everywhere. They bouncing off the walls. They just, in your mind, you freaking out like, man, I wish this child would sit down somewhere. You just a ball of energy. And then you allow someone to convince you to put your child on some kind of medication, some Ritalin or something like that to calm them down. Something to basically just dull them out, just dry them out and just dry the energy out. Now the child is like this all day long. The same energetic child. That child didn't misguide their own energy. The parent caused that by listening to these dirty doctors. So we look up and the child is having these different issues as time goes on because we did not allow them to be in their natural state, and we were too lazy or too ignorant or too negligent to figure out ways to properly burn that energy in your child. So we took that energy and curbed it and guided it off and destroyed it. Not destroyed it, but ran it off by allowing somebody to put your child on some dangerous medication. But on a more obvious note, we misguide our own energy. We mischannel our own energy. We have people who love to fight and say, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to go home, take a shower, put on some clothes, get in the car, burn some gas, drive to the club, only to create some kind of havoc at the club and end up getting into a fight. Wasted energy. Go to jail, get beat up, get killed because the energy was misguided. If you want to fight that bad, get into boxing, get into MMA, get into UFC, get into something that where you can properly channel that energy that you have to fight, that aggression that you have. These are just baby examples of how we mischannel our energy. And we have the capacity as human beings with the power of our mind to get maximum effect from the energy that was put in us by the Creator. That's why we have it. We got to figure out what to do with it. You can mischannel energy by just letting it sit dormant. Some people just lay around all day and do nothing. And the energy is like, what are we going to do? It's like, I'm not going to do anything. And these are the adults who have allowed themselves to be dumbed down. And in most cases, it's not even with the assistance of medication like we do with the children. We just become lazy and won't even use the mental energy, because you can burn energy physically in a physical form, in a physical way, but energy also is mental. When you sit down, if you're a writer, I don't care if you write books, raps, songs, stories, whatever the case might be, when you really writing, and I can tell you this from experience, when you really writing, it drains you. It makes you tired. It feels like you have been in some sort of a workout, because it's like, man, because you are digging so deep within your mind, trying to pull out something, trying to pull out a thought. And the steps are, you go into your mind to formulate the thought or the idea. Then you have to put it together. You have to structure the idea in a way that makes sense. Then you visualize it, the words, the pattern, however it's supposed to be laid out. You visualize it. Then you repeat it. Then you write it out. That requires energy, because now you're going through steps. You're going through different levels of creativity in order to reach that end result, which is you being able to look at this written work that you've come up with in a manifested form. It's a written form that's manifested from your mind. That's energy. Some people go to work out. They go to the gym. They train. They're channeling that energy in a positive way to build up their body. Some people pick up a book and they read. That's energy. You are actually nourishing your mind. Reading a book is the mental equivalent of sitting down with a plate of food in front of you. If you're reading, doesn't matter what you're reading. I was about to say if you're reading the right thing, but just like you can physically eat bad food, you can mentally take in bad information. And it's the same thing. Other people have anger issues, things that, they quickly are triggered by certain things that most of us might not be triggered by. And that anger causes them to rise up in a burst of energy and exhibit that energy in a way that's not beneficial to them or anyone around them. It's misguided. You're using it the wrong way. Other people have it to where it's like, you know what? Like you see our young brothers and sisters out here in the streets, and they are fighting each other, killing each other, just going to war. They're using an energy, same energy, but it's for the wrong purpose. And we have been put in a condition that has caused us to misuse our energy. When poverty conditions are created and imposed upon certain sectors of society, it leads to this kind of energy, because it's tension in the air, pressure, it's hunger, it's survival. And now people start to get in that mode where I got to do whatever it is I got to do in order to make it, even if it means taking what you got in order to feed my family. It's misguided energy. So how do we put the energy on the right track? And how can we figure out how to run it through the proper channels in order to get the best result possible, so society on a whole, so us as a people on a whole can be made better? How do we get to that point? See? The first step is understanding everything. What I'm saying is that, the energy is not good or it's not evil. It's how you use it. I talked about this on a podcast I was a guest on the other night. And there were many analogies made. There were analogies made to, we talked about social media. We talked about how social media can be used in a good way, but it can also be used in a negative way. If you have a gun, I think the brother made reference to a gun. If you have a gun, you set the gun on the table, it's not going to do anything. But it's about how the gun is used. Somebody decides that their aggression and their anger is so extreme that it makes them want to pick up that weapon. Now that energy is coming from here and it's manifesting itself in a way that will cause you to pick up a weapon and not only possibly take somebody else's life, but ruin your own in one fit of anger. So we have to educate ourselves on the quality of composure, the quality of rising above emotion, not letting our emotions get the best of us and causing us to go out and react in a split second in a way that could change your life behind the misuse of that energy. These are the things that we have to teach our young people because they are most affected by it. Their rationale may not be fully developed. Some of the grown people rationale ain't fully developed. Some of the grown people are still acting like they're in elementary school. There's an immaturity level that causes us to misuse our energy. If we have females who are on Instagram and they twerking, they half naked, they OnlyFans, they doing different things to display themselves in a way they're using energy, but it's being used the wrong way for the wrong purpose, for a purpose that they think is beneficial, but that purpose is really not beneficial. It's self-exploiting, self-degrading. We talked about the brothers who like to pose on social media with drugs and guns. They taking pictures with drugs and guns and they put it out on social media. They going live on social media. They shooting and killing right on social media live. Misguided energy. How do we corral that and make it right? I'm gonna see what y'all talking about. First person I see is the queen of the night. The queen of the night. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Out bad, brutal, liking that red party cup. Yep. But ain't nothing in this cup but some good old lemonade. DJ Maestro said the mindset. See? The mindset has to be reshaped. Our mindsets have to be reshaped to understand what is important and what's not. A lot of the reason why our energy is misguided and we go off and do things that we use our energy for the wrong purposes is because we have placed importance on the wrong things. We made the wrong things in this world important. What are some of those wrong things? Like I said, dope, drugs, certain ways that you get money, certain people. We have placed greater importance on certain people who shouldn't have that kind of importance placed on them. And we make life-changing mistakes over certain people, and some of those people are not even worthy of that. I'll kill for mine, but is it really yours that you're talking about killing for? There's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place to defend, to use that energy in a physical way. There's a time and a place for that. Don't let nobody tell you no different. Don't let nobody tell you that you should be some soft-hearted, turn the other cheek man or woman. Because like the old saying goes, if you turn the other cheek, they'll hit you in the other one. But it has to be in the right context. When it's time to get down, you want to make sure that you are justified when you get down. So all of the laws of God and the universe are on your side. To never be the aggressor. As the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches, never be the aggressor. But it says never be the aggressor in word or deed. That means in word or action. Sometimes being the aggressor ain't just from a physical point of view. You can be the aggressor with your mouth. See? You can be the aggressor with your mouth. You can start yapping at somebody, and it could escalate things to a physical level. Usually that's how it starts anyway. A lot of people have lost their lives due to misguided energy. My brother, martial arts, dollar bill, y'all. Absolutely. And that's one of the things we're trying to speak on tonight, because our young people are being affected by this the most. We're seeing so many rappers, young rappers, that are not making it out of their 20s. They're not making it out of their 20s because of misguided energy and because of a need that generates in them to prove manhood, womanhood, ego. Question: is ego, this is a real question I'm asking y'all, I want to know y'all view on this. Is ego a form of energy? And if you say yes or no, elaborate on why. And I'll give you my assessment on that. Is the ego a form of energy? See what y'all saying. Jovan, I'm gonna come back to that comment because you just made a good point. I said, is the ego a form of energy? A few people are already chiming in saying, yeah. And I agree. And this is why I say ego is a form of energy, because when the word ego is mentioned, anytime somebody talks about the ego, typically it's used in a negative way, or it's used in a way that may not reflect being just a good thing. People will say, hey man, check your ego at the door. Oh man, your ego getting too big, man. Hey man, I couldn't work with him because his ego was too swole. These are the ways that this word is used. But I'm of the belief, Darius McGregor, hold that thought. I like what you said. I'm of the belief that ego can also be a good thing. Just like anything else, if it is properly controlled. Ego doesn't have to be bad, because ego, a form of ego with housed inside of ego, is the word confidence. So if you have a confidence about yourself, it may lead to you having an ego. But the key is to not become overly egotistical, to where your arrogance becomes a negative aspect of your personality. Let me go back to what the brother just said, because he said something real good. Darius McGregor said, ego is controlled by energy. Is ego controlled by energy? The energy guides the ego, the thought that comes from the mind, where we allow ourselves to believe about ourselves. The reason why I dwelled on that word ego is because when you in those situations, those precious situations, and people are looking at you like, what you gonna do? Then that ego comes in and makes you say, yeah, man, you gotta. So to connect with somebody else's comment who says other people can change your energy, that's a fact. Misguided. That's what I said early on. Other people have the ability to control your energy if you don't recognize it and allow them to do that. People they can study you. They can watch you. They can observe you. They can figure out what makes you tick. And then they can move on that. I know how to make him mad. Watch this, watch this, watch this. You know, you see people do it all the time. Watch this, watch, I make him mad. They know what to do to change your energy. But it's funny how people who do that, it's very rare when you see people want to change people's energy for the better. We tend to always want to bring out the worst in people. I bet I can make him cuss you out. Watch this, watch this, watch this. All you gotta do is say blah, 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 blah. They'll find triggers within you to change your energy. Or even if they don't necessarily know your trigger, there are people who just have so much hatred and disappointment in their own heart that all you got to do is walk in the door happy. You just got to show up happy, and your happiness changes their energy, which makes them want to change your energy, because misery loves company. Now, what the hell you so happy about? Man, I don't like him, man. Why you don't like him? Man, I mean, he always coming here smiling, and she always bubbly and happy when she come in the room, man. Why would you be mad at that? That's because you miserable. People talk like that. People really talk like that. Why are you mad? So you want to change their energy. So you put something out there, you say something to them, and they go from smiling to. But the wise ones, they recognize it at the door. They see it. Because the key is to wake up every day with the conscious mindset to protect your energy, your good energy, to protect it. If you're in a good place, it's like, man, I'm not letting nobody put me in a bad mental space. So your antenna is always up, ready for a situation where if somebody comes in and they jump on that level, you instantly, bing, You instantly deflect it. And you deflect it in the form of instant recognition of it. You recognize it and you go, I see what they're trying to do. And if I have to be in this place, I'm going to operate in this place and block them out. If I don't have to be in this place, I'll catch y'all later. That's simple. Remove yourself from the negative energy. Don't bathe in it. Don't even try to argue and debate with it. You don't even try to argue and debate with it because they've changed your energy. They've already won. Once they get you, say, man, why you always? They won. They won. See? So we have an obligation to protect our own energy. And I can't, it's nothing I can do if something has happened to you that has made you so miserable that you want everybody's energy to be like yours. So we're talking about misguided energy and how can we put it on the right track. Another way to properly get your energy on point is to surround yourself with other people who have positive energy and positive outlooks on life. Don't put yourself around a bunch of negative, always on one type of people. Surround yourself with positive people. Is that to say that even the positive people just got it so good, their life is so perfect, they happy out? No, that's not what it means. It means that their number one focus at the start of a day and at the end of a day is that, hey man, I'm approaching life from a positive point of view, from a positive standpoint. Even when problems come along, my mindset is to not freak out. My mindset is to not throw everybody under the bus. My mindset is not to abandon ship, to not let go of the rope. That's not my mindset. My mindset is to say, okay, you know what? I'm not no different from nobody else. I'm not special compared to nobody else. So whatever this situation I'm going through right now, it's up to me to go through it just like it's up to the other millions of people that's going through stuff as well. But let me approach it the proper way. I'm going to approach it with prayer. I got to pray to God to guide me through it, to keep my composure, to give me the wisdom to make the right moves. You're not going to, life ain't going to be perfect even when you try to have a positive outlook on life. But it's a beautiful thing when you see people who in their toughest times, they still have a positive outlook. People that have health challenges, people that are sick, really sick, messed up, terminally almost. And you still see them posting online how great God is and how great their outlook on life, and still encouraging other people through their trials. See? Then on the flip side, you have people who are not sick, not struggling financially, but yet and still, they got all of the complaints in the world, all the negative energy just being stacked on, stacked on, stacked on. And that points to a lack of recognition of your blessings. You're not even recognized. You are so focused on the minute little issues that you're dealing with. Some little crap wrong with your car. Oh man, it's a train. I'm on my way. I'm in a rush and it's a train on the track. The train stopped. I'm gonna be late. Petty little stuff that cause us to fly off the freaking handle. But you're in good health. You're doing well. You have a roof over your head. You eat every day. You're misguiding your energy. You're being ungrateful and you are overlooking your blessings. Hit the like button if y'all haven't already. We're talking about misguided energy and how do we line it up and get it on the right path. You got to recognize what you got. Why is more focus placed on what we don't have compared to what we actually do have? That should be more gratefulness. That should be more gratitude placed on the things that we actually have than anger and frustration about what you don't have. And even deeper than that, being angry and frustrated, not just over what you don't have, but what somebody else does have. You looking over at what somebody else has and wishing that it was you. So the energy that comes from envy, now that's kicked in. Now you envious. That's a different kind of energy. See? We got to fight against our own demons. You have to become a self-exorcist. If you can get a little help, that's cool. But for the most part, you have to exorcise the demons out of yourself. But the only way you can do that is through the recognition of the presence of the demon in the first place. If you don't know he there, if you don't know the demon is there, you don't feel like there's no need to get him out. Some people don't feel like nothing is wrong with them. See what y'all talking about, man. Let me dip back. Questing NTT said, as I say, I don't have enough fingers and toes to count my blessing. And the fact that you got all of them is a blessing itself. You got 5 of them. I've seen people that don't have hands. I've seen people that don't have legs. Seen people who got one arm. Seen people who have legs and arms, but they're in wheelchairs. But we take our situations for granted because we special in our mind. We special. We say things like, why me? Everybody in this chat at some point in their life have asked the question, why me? We've all asked that question. Why me? Why me, God? Why not you? And if you're going to ask the question, why me? Make sure that you asking the question to yourself. Because usually, as my daddy taught me, usually when something is going wrong in your life, my daddy said, if you are really honest with yourself, it's your fault. It's your fault. If you trace it back to the root, whatever the problem is, for the most part, now there are things that have happened to people that, you know, they had no control over and they were totally innocent. It's not their fault. But adult decisions, certain decisions that we make as adults, even as young people, then it goes bad. And the first thing we say is, why me? Why you? Because you said, I'm going to go ahead and ride with my homeboy. They finna go steal his car. They asked me to come. I said, yeah, I'm going to go and jump in and ride with them. We jumped in the stolen car. Police got behind us. Boom, ran the place, found out the car stolen. Everybody go to jail. Now you sit in jail talking about why me? Why not you? Let's Talk Perry said the answer is always within self. DJ Maestro said choices. Yeah. Angie Wise, what's up? Daniel Carmina says, you have a curious responsibility for getting yourself into the bad situation that you got yourself into. You made all the decisions to get you in that situation in the first place. Yeah, that's about 99% true. Because we misguided our energy. See, another example of misguiding our energy is when you have choices. And what I mean is that sometimes we at a fork in the road where, like the song says, we can get with this or we can get with that. And this is us in the middle going, I should do this. I got some stuff I need to really be doing. I got some work I need to get done. I should do this. But I got the option to do this too. So I can channel my energy towards this here, or I can channel my energy towards this. This would be the best option. But I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Then this gets you in trouble. There's a 50-50 chance. We have to try to visualize things before they happen the best we can. We're not psychic or seers or anything of that nature, but we have to try to visualize the cause and effect scenarios of every situation. See? Shanito says, say something goes wrong in a relationship and you want to blame the other person, yet you were the one who sought out that person or relationship. Not sure I understand. Let me see. Say something goes wrong in a relationship and you want to blame the other person. Yeah. Oh, I got what you say. I get what you're saying. Well, yeah, that's one thing. It's like when you bring somebody, it's like you came at me. If a woman marries a drug dealer, but she approached him, she loved his lifestyle. She said, oh, he's got so much money. Then she gets jammed up because of the lifestyle he was living. She can't say, well, see, you should have been selling them drugs. You knew what he was doing. You chose that. I had a song, I say, some of these dudes got some ways that I just don't get. Married a stripper, now you mad at her because she won't quit. That's what she was doing. You made the decision to say, I want to be with her. And then all of a sudden, you tried to change the rules in the middle of the game. Can't do that. See? Cause and effect. Cause and effect. Misguided Energy. Y'all hit the like button. Go get the album, A Blessed and a Burden. It's out right now, brand new, fresh out the press. Still got that new baby album smell. Go to southparkcoalition.net right now if you don't have the album and get your CD, or go to iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, all the digital stuff, and get the album. I guarantee you it's a song on here for you. I talk about my misguided energies a lot on this album. A lot of us, we go through those phases. We don't realize that we doing that because we get so caught up in just our emotions and how we living, and we get so caught up in it that negativity becomes the norm to us. And I'm gonna give you an example. I want to go to some physical real quick. When you talk about your stomach, your intestinal tract, small intestine, large intestine, stomach. When you eat food, that food goes down into your system and it starts going through the processes that it goes through, that the stomach goes through to break it down. Then it runs it through the intestines, and the process is you pass it out in the form of sitting on the toilet and dropping it. When you drop it, you feel a sense of relief. Like, whoo, man. But what happens if you go 2 weeks without a bowel movement? Excuse my graphic language, which ain't really graphic, but I'm trying to get to a point. What happens if you would go 2 weeks without a bowel movement? 1 week. And you steady eating. You're not going to stop eating because you're not having a bowel movement. You steady eating. Now your stomach becomes to feel tighter. You feel uncomfortable. You feel sluggish. You don't have physical energy because there's a buildup. But what happens is, over time, you get so used to feeling like that it becomes normal to you. It's like, well, this is just how I am now. I guess I'm getting old. Because you've forgotten the feeling of being normal, of your body being empty and relieved. You've forgotten that feeling. So you've adapted and learned how to function in an unnatural, uncomfortable physical state. We do the same thing with our mind. We let so much clutter and negativity and mess and drama and all that, we let all that just enter into our minds, and we never really fight it off the way we should. A lot of us don't fight it off the way we should, and a lot of us don't balance it with positivity, or a lot of us don't make the effort to make the ratio positive be dominant over the negative. So you start to live in that kind of environment. If that's the physical environment you live in, where you're getting it from those types of people, now it becomes your mental environment. And over time, you accept that, well, it's just my life, man. My life is just drama, man. It just is. Every day is something. My life is. See, you start to accept that. So then when you start to accept that and it becomes the norm, it's really not normal, but it becomes your norm. If you ever reach a point where you free yourself from that kind of negativity in your mind, you feel a release. And the release leads to a relief. The same way I talked about the physical relief. You have removed, in this case, mental defecation out of your mind. And you're like, wow, man, I feel like a new person. The renewal of the mind. You read about the renewal of the mind in the scriptures. It's a renewal of the mind. Your mind gets just transformed. And all of that stuff don't even matter to you no more. Things that used to set you off back in the days don't even matter. It's like you just laughed at this. You laugh at that stuff now. And the same people that I was talking about a while back who would know your triggers, who would say stuff like, watch this, it don't work on you no more. That stuff don't work no more. Because you have now did what? You transcended. You've risen above that emotion. You transcend. Our goal should be to elevate mentally so high that the only thing that you can see and relate to are the things that are on the same level of elevation as you. You ever been in an airplane before? If you've been in an airplane before, once you reach a certain altitude, you can't see people on the ground no more. You can't even see cars. You have elevated so high that those things are so beneath you and they are not even visible to you. The only things that are visible to you are the things that are elevated along with you. You can look out the window and see a cloud. Might see another plane in the distance somewhere, flying somewhere else. Those are the only things that you see. That's how we got to be with each other. The only people that I can rock with, they got to be on the same level. Just like when you're on that lower level, the only people you rock with are the people who got the same throwed off mindset as you. Come on now. Let them have that energy. I see you, Angel. Let them have that energy. Energy is like, in a way, it's like money. Picture 10 people being given $1,000 a piece. If somebody comes along and randomly picks you and 9 other people and give y'all $1,000 a piece. It's not about the money. It's about how the money is used. Somebody's going to go out and spend $1,000 on clothes. They're going to buy 3 pairs of Jordans. That's $600 right there. And their money going to be gone in one trip to the mall. Somebody going to buy some dope. Somebody going to go spend $1,000 getting high. Or somebody else going to use $1,000 to buy some dope to try to flip it and make some more money. But if somebody else going to say, you know what? I got a few bills I need to pay. This money going to be gone, but I can catch up on a few bills. Somebody else going to say, well, I might try to see if there's a way I can invest this and maybe flip it like that. Somebody might say, you know what? I'm already doing all right. I don't really need the $1,000. I'm going to take it and do some charity work with it. I'm going to try to create an event where I can buy a bunch of food and give it away. There's going to be different mindsets applied to each person that gets that $1,000. And it's going to be used and channeled in different ways. See? So it's not the energy itself, it's how we use it. We use the terms all the time. I do it too. We say negative energy, positive energy. It's just energy used for negative and positive in positive ways, negative and positive ways. See? That's what we on, man. Be aware of your mindset at all times. Even the days when you're not in a good mood. Even days when you're not in a good mood, when you step out into the world, practice and use that as an opportunity to gain control over that energy. I'm in a bad mood. I really don't even feel like being bothered today, but I gotta go out. Use that as an opportunity. Let me see if I can reverse my own mood. I'm gonna start by just doing good stuff. Brother, let me get that dough for you. Sister, let me get that dough for you. How you doing today? Give somebody a smile. Give somebody a happy word. Reverse that energy. See? Learn how to recharge your battery when you come out of the world. Because we out there, some of y'all work on jobs, and some of y'all have jobs that you love. Some of us, unfortunately, have very stressful jobs. Some of y'all got to get up tomorrow and go to a job that you absolutely hate. And I hope I'm wrong, but that's just the reality of it. There's somebody that has to get up and go to a job that they hate. And you may not necessarily hate the job. You may just not be fitting the people that you work with or work for because of their energy. But when you come home from that job every day, you want to come home and just remove the whole thought of everything you went through that day at that job. Rewind, watch your TV, watch your favorite show, eat what you're going to eat, relax, wash all that off yourself, and recharge your battery, and then turn around and get right back up and do it again the next day. That take a strong person, because it's a repetitive cycle. It's a repetitive cycle. So we got to strive to free ourselves. We got to free ourselves from that kind of stress. Because you only get one life. And it's a travesty to waste 30 or 40 years of that life giving that time and that energy to an entity that doesn't make you happy. You on this job, it's not making you happy, but you did it for 35, 40 years that you can't get back. So teach your children early, or if you young yourself, start early on the process of saying, that's not going to be me. I'm not going to spend my life depressed and frustrated, giving all my time and my hard work to make somebody else rich and somebody else's life heaven while I'm living in hell. And it's never too late, no matter how old you are. See? Devontae Johnson, that's right. I just said that. It's the people, not necessarily the job. The people represent that energy. But unfortunately, we live in a world where you got to do what you got to do in order to survive. You don't work, you don't eat. So I'm not discouraging anybody to get out and make a living, of course. But I want everybody to work on trying to find their purpose. Finding your purpose is a form of guiding your energy. That's why our young people are in the situation they're in, because we dropped the ball in guiding them right to put them on the path to the right energy, and now they all over the place with their energy. So get your young people early. Get them early. Listen to them. Find out what it is they like to do. That's good. Because if you turn your back on them, when you turn your back on them, consciously or subconsciously, they're gonna turn their back on you and head right to them streets. People gonna look for love. People gonna find love. They're gonna look for it. And if they find love, even if they feel like what they found is love, but it's really not, they're going to hang on. They're going to gravitate towards that. They're going to go where they think that the love is. But the first place they want it is at home. They want it from who they're supposed to get it from. But if they don't get it from who they're supposed to get it from, they're going to seek it somewhere else. And it might not be what they think it is. See? Focus on changing the energy. Certain people are walking balls of negativity. I said this before. We all have been in situations where it can be 5 or 6 of y'all in a room, 3 or 4 in a room, 5 or 10 in the room, and everybody's having a great time. And that one person can walk in and bring the whole mood down. And they can bring the mood down before they even say a word, just because we know their MO, we know how they get down. So as soon as they come in, you start to see people, they look and they're like, they go, hey man, what I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. It's good to see y'all, boy. People start leaving. Hey, look, if you the person, when you walk in, everybody start wrapping it up and try to leave, some of y'all ain't gonna admit y'all that person. If you that person, don't get hurt. Don't let your feelings be hurt. Just recognize it and say, man, how come everybody leave when I show up? What is it about me that's making everybody not want to be around me? Rise above the emotional part of that and having your feelings hurt to say, that's obviously something that I need to fix about myself. Because that can't be a good feeling. That can't be a good feeling. That can't be something that you just enjoy and revel in. When I show up, everybody move around. Yeah, fool. Kane Marco say, maybe it's you. I got a song called Maybe It's You. That's what he's talking about. The Boot Patrol says, what do you think of the mystery schools? What is a mystery school? Please educate me on that. Educate me on what a mystery school is. I ain't gonna hold y'all long tonight, man. See, look, like Ladarian Stewart just displayed honesty and realness, man. He said, that used to be me. I had that bad energy until I found Jesus, the true and living. See, that's honesty, bro. A lot of people wouldn't admit that. So that's like a testimony, man. A lot of people wouldn't admit that, yeah, I used to be that dude. See, I respect that. Looking in the mirror is often the most deepest gaze of truth. Brother Marcus, my brother. Some people can't look in the mirror, bro. They can't, man. They don't like what they see. The person should reevaluate their approach. Obviously, it's not working for them. Yeah, they got to reevaluate their approach, but they have to understand. They have to have the recognition to even know that there's something that needs to be reevaluated. Some people don't think it's nothing wrong with them. Everybody else is the problem. See? Scumbag, I appreciate the beats, man, number one. No, this is not an open topic. We still on the topic of misguided energy. Everything we're saying is still under that umbrella. Because when you talk about people coming into a room and everybody leaving and all, that's relative to energy. It's like, we don't like your energy. You ever been sitting outside and the sun is out, then a cloud comes by and blocks the sun, gets a little darker. Then the cloud moves on and opens back up and then lights back up again. See? So let's concentrate on that, man. Let's concentrate on making our energy better first and foremost, because we can't be trying to regulate and tell other people about their energy if ours is jacked up. We have to make sure that we're doing the best we can to be a positive force, a positive motivating force within somebody's life, like the Isley brother said. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Jason Barrett. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get 10 minutes to open topic. That's what we'll do. 10 minutes to open topic, then we're going to shut it down. Jason Barrett said, how much longer do you think you're going to rap? Man, I'm going to rap until the moon returns back to the earth. Y'all ain't even catch what I said. I said I'm going to rap until the moon returns back to the earth. That's another conversation. How do we transmute our own energy? All I can say, Maurice, is that we are in control of our own energy. And it's all in the mind. Everything starts up here. Everything starts right here. Every function, I see you, Angie, you know what time it is. Every function initiates right here in the mind. So the answer to that question is gaining control over your mind. See? Ronald Isley, he's the main reason I play guitar. Yeah, well, you might be talking about Ernie Isley, because Ernie is Ronald's brother who plays the guitar. All you got to do is listen to Voyage to Atlantis. Ernie Isley is the guitarist. Derek Mallory checking in, man. St. Paul, Minneapolis, Twin Cities. You know what time it is, man. Scumbag. I got nothing but love for the Hebrew Israelites. Very knowledgeable brothers. Them my brother. I got too many friends that are Hebrew Israelites, man. Gaining self-control. Denise White. Got a few more minutes if y'all want to throw some stuff in. I appreciate the love question. Yo, what's up, yo? Let's talk. Thought process. Chris Clever. Attention goes where energy flows. You a poet and you didn't even know it. See? I see you, Barry. Darius G. How do you know you are in tune with your guided angels? You mean your guiding angels? I would answer that question by saying that if you are doing the best you can to do as much good as you can, you may not necessarily feel like you are 100% into. You may not feel this magical aura of divinity on yourself, but just know and understand that righteous deeds are pleasing to the Creator and they are rewarded by the Creator. So that would be the best way I could answer that question in my limited knowledge. Your acts of good put you in good graces with the Most High. See? Apocalyptic minister, I stay out the way. The reason is because I don't run people over and I don't want to be run down. We'll be restocking on the book real soon, y'all. on both books. We currently out of stock. We got an order on the way. I appreciate y'all for making me run out of books. Foreign Warren, you got the nerve to ask me, is my jump shot still wet? Do frogs hop? When you get to a red light, do they want you to stop? Do tops drop? Do black people distrust the cops? I'm just trying to think of more stuff that rhyme with that. Of course, my jump shot is still wet. I'm not going to ever lose my jumper, man. Ever. Well, I wouldn't call it a jumper now because I ain't jumping so high, but that thing is splish splash, bro. Yeah. Boot Patrol, when you say give my thoughts about the worship of the heavens, what do you mean? Real quick, because I got to go. The worship of the heavens. And Angie, I think he means guiding angels, like having angels guiding you. Because if they're guided angels, that would mean that somebody is guiding them on your behalf, or he's implying that we're guiding them, or God has guided them. So I guess he would have to answer that, because I may be totally misinterpreting what he's saying. Let's see. What was my thought process on extreme malice? Just the title, to be as extremely malicious as I could with them bars. I see you, Stella Lupus. Oh, I got you. You saying astrology and the sun and nah, man, we don't worship the heavenly bodies. Boot Patrol. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that you don't worship the heavenly bodies, you worship the God who created them. So there's no way that something that was created should be worshiped over the creator himself. Now we can appreciate and we can pay homage and we can be amazed and astounded and show love and respect to God's creation. But we're not going to worship the creator. We're not sun worshipers. We don't worship the moon. We don't howl at the moon. We don't worship the sun. We don't bow down and worship trees and all that type of stuff. Because those things came from a greater creator. Appreciate the love, man, on the album. Go get the album, y'all. If y'all don't have this album, go get it. Y'all always be hollering about how much y'all love me. Man, I love you. Love y'all too, but love is an action word. Love is a verb. Love is a verb. It represents action. Yeah. Mad Ammo, what y'all think about what Mad Ammo just said? Mad Ammo says there are no planets anyway. He says space is a Freemason creation. Do y'all believe that? Do y'all believe that there are no planets in space and the Freemasons just made up the concept of space? Even though you can just walk outside and look in the sky and see nothing but space. If you can just walk outside and see nothing but space, and at nighttime is dark, and in daytime is light, because the sun, the earth is in a different position in relation to the sun. So did the Freemasons create the concept of space? Is space fake? And if the planets are only lights, are we on a light right now? I do agree that stars are not planets. Hold on, I missed a good one. How do you feel about people's ego getting too big from social media? Yeah, like I said, I was on a podcast Saturday and we talked about that. Social media, people use it to create a persona. You can be whoever you want to be on social media. You can be the brokest, ratchetest, strugglingest individual in the world, but you can get on social media, put on an outfit, go downtown and have the skyline behind you, go stand by somebody else's car and put a caption and say, living my best life. And you can do that every day and return home to an efficiency apartment with bad rusty water coming out the pipe. You can make yourself whoever you want to be on social media. But that's another form of misguided energy. So I'm glad you asked that question because it speaks back to the topic. When you are spending so much time and energy and effort to concoct and craft a false persona for yourself, you misguiding energy, because you could use that same time, effort, and energy to build your true self. So we get on social media to make people think that we bigger than what we really are. To make people think that we have more material things than what we really have. We don't have the things that we try to make ourselves out to have. See? And a lot of people are miserable, but they want to get that appearance. That's misguided energy. That's a great question. And the ego comes in to answer the back end of your question, Ether. The ego comes in because once we create that false persona, people feed into it and they believe in it. So now you got like, love, like. Comment. I see you doing it big. I see you. Oh, So now what happens? Then they see you in real life. They see you in real life. And you're not that person. They saw you in Walmart. They saw you at the grocery store and you pulled out that food stamp card. Wait a minute. You pulled out that food stamp card. I just saw you on Instagram. Come on, man. It's all right to be real. See, realness is gonna always last, man. It's gonna always be more relatable because there are far more people who can relate to the regular life than can relate to this life. So why fake? Hey man, if I'm broke, I'm just broke. If I ain't got it, I just ain't got it. Shout out to Mad Ammo for the donation. I appreciate the love. Los Angeles, California in the building, man. LA, California, Mad Ammo. Thank you, man. See? Wow. Trend Kill. How do you build a following as an independent artist? Two things, man. Thing, man. I gotta give it up to God to power me and ask him to power me and bless me with the creative energy, originality, and the determination to push. That's number one. Number two, it's all about the music you make. What I just got through saying is about the realness Just find yourself and be real. Your realness will reflect and it'll resonate with people, because people can tell when you really about what you say you about. So that's number one. The music had to be on point. And the third part would be your marketing and promotion, your exposure, the things you do to give yourself exposure to get your name out there, whether it's doing shows, even if you got to do some stuff for free. Don't come into the game and you just got in the game. Oh, they got to pay me. Man, you're going to have to do a lot of stuff for free just to get your name out there. You know, you may even have to pay to do certain things to get your name, to get in the game, to get on a stage or whatever the case may be. And I ain't saying be a puppet and be paying these radio stations $20,000, $30,000, paying it. You know, it's within reason, certain situations, but marketing and promotion, those are the things, whether it be in the streets, whether it be on the internet, on social media, channeling your energy properly, using your social media platforms to expose yourself in the right way. And those are the 3 steps that will give you a chance to get your name out there. You got to have God, good music. Look, it's the 3 G's. You need God, good music, and grind. And you got a chance to get there. And Foreign Warren put one in there. You need humility. You got to be humble. You got to be the type of person who does not mind interacting with the people. You cannot be soft-hearted to where somebody has a criticism towards your work that you don't necessarily like, that you get in your feelings and you get hurt behind it because somebody said they didn't like your song. Hey man, can you check out my single? Yeah, I check it out. You play it. Hey man, what you think about it? I really wasn't feeling it, bro. I ain't gonna be honest. You could have did better than that. Oh man, nah. Ask them what they didn't like about it. But what was it about it that you wasn't feeling? I mean, what part was the music? Was it my lyrics, the hook? What happened, man? You know, and let them tell you honestly. You know, you'll know the difference between those who are honestly critiquing you and those who are just trying to hate and kill your dreams, those who are trying to impose negative energy on you. You'll know the difference, because when they break it down, they'll tell you, well, man, the singing was off key, man. I don't know who you had singing on that, but it wasn't right. Or your vocals right there. See, right there, I could even understand what you said. Your words was jumbled up. You know, take it. When you open yourself up and for people to see, to hear your work and see your work, you basically doing this like, all right, man, I'm ready. Because people gonna shoot some arrows at you, and people gonna throw some flowers at you too, if it's good. See? Angel, man. Hey, Angel, did you have fun at the show? If y'all missed the show Saturday, man, if you're a producer who is chosen to release your art free, never compromise your absolute truth, and do not judge producers who do collect monies for their art. We are all instruments of the divine. Yeah. However you do it is how you do it. Real words, Angie. Yeah. Appreciate you, Synovio. Bring back good music. See? Backport Studio. What's up, my brother? I will be in Kingsville, Texas, July the 31st. I'll be performing out there with the homies saying Kingsville is not too far from Corpus Christi, for those who might not know. Y'all look it up. I'll be performing in Kingsville, Texas. I'll make a video to promote it at some point in the next couple of weeks, July the 31st. So if y'all in that area, close to that area, come hang out with your big brother. Boot Patrol. Y'all asking some good questions now. What is your idea to restore fathers in every community? I believe that's why society is. I mean, well, the people who are actually fathers have to stand in and be that. But for those young brothers in particular, I'm emphasizing on the young men who don't have fathers, then the older OGs in the community got to step into that father role. And it doesn't necessarily mean, okay, I'm gonna move in the house and take care of this family. No, it means that when you out and about, when you see these young brothers out there, you take time with them to do fatherly things, to give fatherly advice, fatherly words, guidance, stern guidance at times if needed. Because you're right, you know, there's a lack of fathers in the Black community in particular because of this whole systemic setup that has led to the Black men being locked up at disproportionate rates and just wiping us out, man, and taking us out of the homes, killing the male and sparing the female. So those of us who are out here, we can't be too busy or too scared to take a young man under our wing and be that father figure to them, because it goes a long way, man. It goes a long way. Take care of the widows and the fatherless. Absolutely. Yeah. Yes, sir. You can order all my music at southparkcoalition.net. Appreciate that, B-Hawk. Appreciate that, Ether. There you go, Chris. Somebody got to step in that role, man. We can't. Hey, man, ain't none of my children. Yeah, the same one you saying about ain't none of my children. That'll be the one to jam you up. You could have took him under your wing, man, and rechanneled his energy. Everything's gonna go back to that energy topic, man. Everything is gonna go back to that energy topic. Yeah. All love, man. Y'all be blessed, man. One love. Peace.